Hi, my name is Brandy Crewtherd. I'm the communication strategist at Madison Park Technical Vocational High School, and we're celebrating CTE month. That's right, metal fabrication and joining technology. We're celebrating them. I'm going to introduce you to two amazing teachers at Madison Park Technical Vocational High School who work in the MFJT vocational program. Hi, Mr. Pont. Hi, Mr. Ryan.
Hi, Brandy. How you doing? Thanks for having us.
Good. Now, I have a quick question, Mr. Ryan. Could you give us explain the program? Give us an overview of what students actually learn in metal fabrication and joining technologies.
Well, they learn how to use an oxyacetylene cutting torch, various types of welding machines for various types of welding. We have handheld plasma cutters, all state-of-the-art equipment that's used out in industry for these students to go forward and do very well in their life and their career.
Mr. Pont, I know there's this thing called a plasma cutter.
Yes.
And could you show us something exciting that the plasma cutter produces and tell us a little bit more about the plasma cutter?
Sure. The plasma cutter is a 4-foot by 4-foot table that we use that can cut out a lot of different pictures and silhouettes. We have thousands of programs to cut. They come out looking like this, very detailed. This is a windmill that was made. And if you can see on the back, we have a few more hanging up on the side. The kids really love it. They get into it. They get to practice on the computer, learn new computer skills on how to cut it out. And they learn about the plasma cutter also.
Wow, that sounds so exciting. So you're saying that students can go in, get on the computer, type it in. Is it almost like 3D cutting and printing?
Yes, it's almost like that, but the plasma cut, the machine goes back and forth with the plasma cutter and cuts out all the designs.
Mr. Ryan, what are some careers that a student can get into after graduating and or maybe while in the MFJT program?
Well, right now we have a student out on co-op with the Pile Drivers Union. And the students have the opportunity to join either the Pile Drivers Union, the Iron Workers Union, the Pipe Fitters Worker Union, or the Sheet Metal Workers Union. And the wages range anywhere from $45 to $70 an hour with full wages, full medical benefits, eyeglasses, and dental. And the students will retire multimillionaires if they work for 30 years in the trade.
Wow, how exciting. So you're saying a student can go in there and could you say that range of money and which end or salary they could make again? Because that sounds pretty big.
Anywhere from $45 per hour to $70 an hour. And the thing is, the students coming out of this program, going into these trades, will make at least $100,000 a year right out of high school.
Wow. And Mr. Pont, could you tell us about any higher education that young people can get right after graduating from the MFJT program?
Yeah, they can go into like a private college, which we have Wentworth Institute, which is right around the corner from us here at Madison. They can go to college for engineering if they want to pursue that type of career. And there are many other schools out there that they can learn and get their certifications as high as possible.
Now, do you currently have any of your students in a co-op or internship?
Yes, we have one young lady who is out on co-op. Her name is Tina, and she is doing fabulously well. Her boss cannot say anything bad about her. He loves to have her, and he wants to have a lot more of our kids there working for him.
So besides that, what are some other credentials that a young person can get in the MFJT program?
Well, I personally can give a student 150 hours towards their sheet metal journeyman's license. It's a 5-year course once you graduate, but you can break that down to 4 because you get credit for 150 hours towards the sheet metal union.
And Mr. Ryan, I always like to ask these questions, but I didn't want to ask it first because I'm so excited. Tell us a little bit about your background. And then Mr. Pont, I'm going to have you do the same because did you guys come straight from industry? Were you in a union? Tell us a little bit about your background.
My whole family were iron workers in Local 7. I was 4th generation. I got into the Iron Workers Union in 1975 at 18 years old. I worked until 1993 when I got injured. through the apprenticeship program, I became a certified welder. And when I got injured, I could no longer iron work, but because I was a certified welder, I became a welding contractor. I bought a little welding machine, I bought a truck, I went out and pounded the pavement, and towards the end, I didn't get out of bed for less than $150 an hour. I come home, I'm older, I was beat up, I was cold. I said to my wife, honey, I can't do it anymore. She says, what are you going to do? I says, it's time to give back, sweetheart. We got 5 kids. I love welding. I'm going to go teach them. So I was 40 years late completing my college education, and I completed it, and I started at Minuteman Tech in Lexington, and I was good enough and glad enough to be landed here at Madison Park with Mr. Pont. And we started a welding program and the metal fabrication program here, which there had not been one at this school in almost 40 years. And we have a state-of-the-art $1 million shop ready for people to come in. And we have co-op opportunities. People are begging us for bodies and people to go out. So let's go.
Wow. And Mr. Pont, could you tell us about your love for metal fabrication and joining technologies? I like to say it, but then I like to abbreviate it.
I went to a vocational school. I graduated from metal fabrication and joining technologies. And I went out on co-op, just like we're trying to get all the kids here to go out and experience that, because it's real life work. We can't reproduce that here in the shop. So we try to get them out there on co-op and do the real live work with other people. I've been in education for over 10 years. Came here to Madison 5 years ago and met Mr. Ryan, and we've been best friends since. It's been a great ride. So yeah, we've been really enjoying it.
Now, one of the things I like about the program is seeing the torch, seeing it just like light up, seeing all the flames. But how do you keep your students? Because when I come in there and I hear that torch, how do you keep your students excited about the program? What ignites them? How do you keep them just
actually
excited?
Doing stuff with their hands? That's what they like to do. Now that we have the plasma cutter that cuts out these beautiful things, all the students want to work on that because they want to cut out their projects. But we also teach them how to make a toolbox. So at the end of the year, they get their tools, they can put them in their toolbox and take them off to work. So we do a lot of different things and a lot of different projects.
And I like something that you said is that Madison Park Technical Vocational High School is hands-on.
Yes.
And
hands-on.
we're also
Everything we do here is hands-on, and there's nothing that we can do that's not hands-on in the shop.
And
And I'm
Mr.
sure
Ryan,
Mr. Ryan,
what's some encouraging words that you give to MP students who are in your program?
One of the biggest things I say is you need confidence. The only difference between me and you is I have 50 years of practice. And I want to teach you this. I want to show you how to do this. You can do it. You never did it before. You're here to make your mistakes. We're here to help you correct them. And we just, in this shop, what we try to do, it's a very relaxed atmosphere. It's safe, it's warm, it's inviting. Every student is welcome. George and I have a great deal of patience, never get angry, never rush anything. And the thing is, we tell the students, if they can think of it or they can draw it, we can teach them how to make it. So it's their program. If they can imagine it, whatever it is, we'll help them make it. And that's all. And the biggest way is to keep them engaged is you keep them busy, keep them learning constantly. They don't even realize how much they're learning. And at the end of the week, we like to see every student go home with a project. So that's
wow. So I'm really excited. I've learned more. And you guys, two amazing teachers at Madison Park Technical Vocational High
Thank
School.
you.
So like I said, I like the torch, and you just actually ended it right in flames, just telling students that anything they can dream is possible. So I want to thank both of you for being a part of CTE month. And we just celebrated you, metal fabrication and joining technologies. Thank you, Mr. Pont, and thank you
very much,
Mr. Ryan, for being on.
Thank you very much. Thank you all.